Good evening, everyone.
Hey, y'all.
I gotta put the notes in. There we go. All right.
Yeah,
So welcome to another show, episode 111. 111.
Yes. I love those. I love when I turn to my digital and I see that it's 1111 or 111.
Yeah.
Those are always fun. But
Yep. That one there. Okay, that's what that was. I just got all the emails come in through telling me we're live on where we're live. Anyway.
very cool.
So some changes have been made on Facebook and the broadcast platform StreamYard to where now our pages have to have 100 likes and be in business. So like I'm really pushing people to like our Facebook page.
Yeah.
So that I know we're over and above it, because this is the main thing. We broadcast this show to our Facebook page and our YouTube channel.
Yeah.
All the other places are kind of like bonus places.
Right. And let me see, because I know that somebody had said, hey, I haven't been seeing your podcast. And I said, oh, well, I go, are you following my business page? They're like, yeah. And I said, okay, well, I do have 201 likes on my business page. So it is streaming and it is telling me that I am live. So
Okay.
for those of you watching, I did send it to a couple of people saying, here's the link to the podcast and here's the link to my business Facebook page.
Well, our business, for Like the Way You Drink's business Facebook page is, I think we're over 100 likes, but we are broadcasting there tonight. Last week I had a problem getting there, and that's why I was worried. So, and I had to get all this stuff set in. I actually said something into Craig's mastermind about it on Tuesday so that we can make sure we hit over 100 likes and we're good to go.
So we have 79 likes and 115 followers. So what's the difference between a like and a follow?
I don't know.
Interesting. Well, we'll get more. We just keep
more. So, I mean, we've been doing this for 2 years. When we started this, we never thought we kind of figured a lot of times we may end up talking to ourselves. It's okay. We're having fun doing it.
And we still had downloads. That's the thing.
Yeah.
People downloaded our podcast, so it was fun. So
yeah, I'm shocked at how much the audio gets downloaded. Yeah. So.
Which is fun. We got to be, and I've been trying to get more descriptive. So today is going to be kind of a surprise, not only for y'all, but also for us. We do know one thing. We have a baked potato, and Tim has a twice baked potato.
Okay.
Single baked potato.
Oh wow! You see, you have a lot more fixins, whereas all my fixins are kind of melted in.
Well, I was going to say yours are already in.
Yeah. So
whereas mine are kind of on the side. I almost put them all together, but I said no. I'm going to put them on the side, just because I didn't have all the things. And
then I put it back in the oven. That's what I did. Was after I mixed it, I put it back in the oven. But I chopped and cooked the bacon. I mean, normally I would do something that would take me 15 minutes. This took me close to 45 minutes because I chopped and cooked the bacon. I chopped and cooked an onion, right? So I could then I fried the onion up after I chopped it up and did like an onion, onion and butter.
Yeah.
The great smell of the kitchen that you put in. And then I mixed it in. Look at that, baby. I don't have any sour cream either. My daughter said she tasted hers because we made 2 of them.
Okay.
She said it tasted great without sour cream. So
nice. So what I did is that I added butter to it, and then I added the sour cream with the chives, and then the cheddar cheese, and this is Tillamook, so it's the local. And then I also have little pieces of bacon, but I have these Bavarian meat. So I'm going to go different. This weekend, I actually had a breakfast baked potatoes. So it was this from Mr. Potato. I was calling him Mr. Potato Head. He put eggs, and so there's eggs, bacon, cheese, and that was inside the potato. So it was a baked potato, but it was a breakfast baked potato. It was fully loaded. It was so delicious.
Now, I mean, baked potatoes are a very creative thing. Or even for I remember my bachelor days. You could take a baked potato and really you can cook a baked potato in the microwave if you do it right? And then you take all the innards out. And most people, you can make mashed potatoes, but I've taken the innards out, cook some bacon, cook some onions, all right, put some chives, all right, and stuff, and then I fried it in the pan in some olive oil.
Yeah, I've done that where I have flattened out a half a potato because it's
Mhm.
a leftover potato. I only ate half of it. So I flattened the other one out and then I fry it on both sides.
Mhm.
And then that's with breakfast,
Yeah.
so there's so much. The other thing that was at one of the barbecue places here pre-COVID, that they used to put tri-tip in there,
Mhm.
barbecue tri-tip or barbecue chicken. And so you had this loaded potato with all the fixins, but it was that protein that just made it delicious. There's a lot of things you can do with the potato, and then it looks so pretty,
I know. I mean, and then I mean, you can do a brisket and barbecue onto it. You could do a brisket sausage and put onto it. I mean, the things are endless. But you, of
Yeah.
course, said no because we were doing a kind of we kind of discussed. We really didn't. This is the problem. We discuss it. We discuss this. We write it down because we've just gotten done drinking, and we write down what we're going to do the next week. We look at our notes 7 days later. I don't know if you're probably better prepared than me.
I knew what I was going to do, and I knew exactly. It was on my calendar as to exactly when I was going to go to the liquor store. I already knew what that I had timeline. My afternoon, I switched it, so I moved a couple things for the morning so that I had the afternoon so that I could do the thing. So I was a little prepared. But
Well, I mean, and that is one of the things that I'm working on in my business right now, Gladys, is I've taken on so many different roles. Like I know you did a lot of networking before I did. I got involved in networking heavily last year, and I'm now in 3 chapters. I'm in leadership in all 3 chapters because, like you, if I get involved, I'm all in. I'm not half-assing this thing, right? So I joined leadership, and I'm about making the actual chapter big. So I've got 3 chapters going. I'm in the middle of a real estate deal, right? That's going on forever. It seems getting this apartment building fixed.
Same one from
Same one. Yeah, I've been going since March, so it's
Okay.
supposed to have been done by now, and they're just getting started. So anyway,
Okay.
don't scare me on that because of the money I had to transfer on that. Anyway,
Right. Well, we will give you, because that is the one thing that you will always get from me, because this is me, is the baked potato was known as a jacket potato in the United Kingdom.
Yep.
It originated in South America, especially it was particularly in Peru. The Inca Indians were the first to cultivate the potatoes back in 8,000 to 5,000 BC. And they used it at the time to cook a potato was a unit of measure. So when they said, 2 potatoes, they meant, however long it took to cook 2 potatoes. And then the Spanish conquistadores, they brought the potato to Europe in the 16th century, where it then became an important food source for peasants during wartime. So the potato has been around, and then of course the Irish, and the potatoes there, and the Scottish, they use potatoes there. So it's been around for some time, and it was in the 1920s where the Chicago restaurant owner, he's the one that helped popularize the large Idaho baked potato.
Mm-hmm.
So it was in Chicago and New York where they served there was this one potato that weighed 12 ounces or more. So it was a big thing. And there's nothing like ordering a baked potato and having this monstrosity come out, because then it becomes 3 meals. But it's so cool to get those baked potatoes.
Wait a minute. Do you remember in the 1980s, what fast food restaurants served baked potatoes?
Well, Wendy's, I know for sure. And I think they still do, or do they not? I don't
know if they still do, but Wendy's was one of the things that you went to Wendy's for, was a baked potato.
Yeah.
And if they baked potato, and if they had a salad bar. Now,
okay.
I think I worked at Roy Rogers, all right, which is an East Coast one. I don't think Roy Rogers had the baked potato, but we had the salad bar and the fixins bar.
Okay.
But Wendy's did have a salad bar, and I remember getting a baked potato and then the baked potato bar.
Oh, I don't remember the baked potato bar. Yeah. I do remember the baked potato, but not the bar, because it was very specific. Yeah. And there's various ways to make a baked potato. Yes, you can throw it in the microwave from 6 to 8 minutes, depending on the size of the potato. You can do it in the oven. You can also do it on the barbecue. One of the things that Sean has done is he cuts the ends and then dips it in salt on both ends. And then when he puts the aluminum foil, he makes sure that the outside where it's been cut, it allows it to air out, so it's not closed all the way. Or you can Grilled on the barbecue, that's another way. So there's various ways that you can make your potato. Usually a russet potato is the best for baking potatoes. The others are not. I mean, unless you're doing like a sweet potato, you could do that. But a sweet potato can also be sweet or savory, so you can go either way. But the other thing you can do is that if you're putting it in the oven, you can put olive oil and salt on the outside, and then that helps keep it nice and crispy, which is nice. So there's a lot of things that you can do. It is there is a high volume of starch and carbs in baked potatoes when they've been cooked, when they've been baked, and it has very modest amounts of protein and fiber. So, and of course, I don't think there's any fat unless you're adding your, like me, butter, and I'm adding my own fat.
I've always had butter in mine. Yep.
Yeah, but the skin also has a lot of vitamins and minerals in the skin. So there is not a whole lot of fiber in this, but if you dry the potato skins by themselves do have 50% fiber.
That's right. So I mean, I also did my boneless wings. I have both buffalo and my barbecue sauce.
Okay.
But let's talk about what we're doing for drinks tonight.
Yes. So I will tell you, it's in here.
We don't know what we're tasting yet.
Yeah, we do not know. So I do have ice. I do have my little, shaker.
I don't have a shaker. All right. I don't have any mixes.
I put a few things here, and so what we did, y'all. Oh my goodness. And storing potatoes, make sure you do not put them in a closed container. You can put them either in a paper bag or open in a dark place. They'll last longer, before they start to sprout. So take care of your potatoes. Cool, dry place. So went to the liquor store and I said to Kevin, so thank you, Kevin, from Stafford Liquor. I said, okay, I need 3 either tasters, or if you think I'm going to like it a little bit bigger, that's fine. I said, I need 3 for the podcast. I'm going to have a baked potato. I said, I cannot know what it is.
Nope.
So pick something that I could be standalone. It could be something that can be mixed with something else. It can be 3 things that will flow with each other, or 3 things that are complete opposites. I said, it's going to be a complete surprise. I will figure it out when I open it, and I go, my co-host is doing the same thing. Yep. So he said, okay. And it took him a minute. He didn't just grab. I mean, I literally was waiting. I turned my back. I'm doing the thing. I left the bag there, and he scanned it. And then he called me over. And at this point, there's a line and there's other folks that were helping. And so then he says, okay. And then he saw that the itemized items would have been on the keypad. So he he goes, oh, you're going to see it there. So he turned it and he put the receipt in here. He says it's not itemized, so it's fine. So we don't know what's in here. I've actually done good at not trying to,
I've not either. I waited till tonight. He actually taped it so I could show you the tape. All right. And this is a new guy, John, down at Little Elm Liquors. All right. And when I did it, I luckily there was nobody there when I went in today. I was there by myself. And I just said, listen, I says, we're doing something for the podcast tonight. And I says, I need you to pick, 3 shot bottles, right? You get to pick. I can't see what they are. We're going to randomly taste 3 things that you pick. All right. I'll pay for them. You pick them, you put them in a bag. All right. And then you take my credit card and I pay for them. And he did say, well, some of them aren't the 99-cent ones. And I'm like, I don't care. I said, if they were all $5 each, I'd have bought them from you, because of the fact the concept was to get 3 quality drinks.
Yeah.
And I said, well, we're just going. And I said, I did say the only stipulation, I says, don't clear your junk off. Make it an interesting tasting for me.
And I told him it was for the podcast, so I figured he wouldn't do that. I have a feeling one of these is a vodka, just because it's kind of long, rounded, skinny.
I get feeling one of mine it feels like a Maker's Mark bottle.
This one feels like, I don't know. I'm saying this is going to be tequila. And then where's my third one? Let's see what my third one. Oh, I think I got a Maker's Mark too.
All right. All right. Let's reach into the bag and see if we can pull out what we think is the Maker's Mark.
Okay.
We're still not going to look. We're only going to pull them out.
Okay. Yeah, this is a maker's mark. Yep. Ready?
Yeah. Maker's mark.
That's so funny. Okay.
Now that is cool. Two guys from a liquor store, states away from each other, put maker's mark. That is cool.
That is hilarious. Love it. Love it.
Shall we
Awesome.
taste it, or should we see what else is in there?
Let's see what else is in here, because we may have something else that should be first. Okay.
I'm thinking this one might be a vodka.
Okay,
I'll
put one
vodka.
Okay.
Ready?
Grey Goose. I don't know. Grey Goose. Grey Goose.
Grey Goose. No.
Oh, Tito's.
Tito's. I got a Paul Massoon. Ah.
All right, that is so funny. Okay, and third one. What type is that? I didn't see what it was. Is that
I'm trying to actually find the fine print on it to see what it is. It looks like it's a whiskey, but I can't read the fine print.
We'll look it up. We'll see. I don't know. This one is not a glass bottle. This is a plastic bottle. I have a feeling this is a tequila. Well, the funny thing is, I think this is the cheapest I've ever came out of the liquor store.
Yeah. Me too.
All
right, here we go. Last one.
Oh, aviation gin.
Aviation gin. Okay, I've got. It looks like.
Let's show it. Buchanan. Is that a whiskey? I think that's a whiskey.
Yeah, I think that's a. Yeah, that's a. Is that a Scotch whiskey? That's a Scotch whiskey.
Okay.
All
right. It's a 12-year-old. I saw 12 in there. Okay, good choice.
Good choice. I got to figure out what this one is because I don't know it, and I'm gonna pull my magnifying glass over here because it's really fine print.
And what was it that it said? It's Frederick's. What was it?
Paul Masson, Masson. It says
brandy. It's a brandy.
It's a brandy. Very smooth. I can't make out the lettering in there. Grande.
Yeah, it's a brandy.
A brandy?
Yeah.
Okay. This is going to be a fun tasting tonight.
So, all right. So that's what we have. I would say that I would start with the aviation gin now. Oh my goodness. Okay.
I'm going to start with the brandy now because this is going to be something I know I've tasted Maker's Mark. That's not going to be a shock. Never had this brandy, and I've never had this Scotch.
Okay. So, well, the funny thing is that this is here in Portland. So we do have an Aviation American gin. It is located in Northwest Portland. So we have like a full-on location for aviation gin. They have cocktails. It's like, oh, wow. So, and if y'all didn't know, Ryan Reynolds was an initial investor in aviation gin. And then he also sold for $610 million. So he co-founded, but then sold it. So, hey, that's not bad to net 122 million. Why the heck not? So that's actually kind of cool. Although I was running this yesterday morning, and then towards the end of my run, all of a sudden, here's Ryan Reynolds' voice with Mint Mobile, that instead of charging more, they're going to charge less with everything going up. So now it's $15. So, and then I recently found out that it's because Ryan Reynolds owns 25% of Mint Mobile. So, so now the thing is, what am I going to do with aviation gin? There has to be some cocktails. So, I know I've tasted all of these. And let's see what I come up with.
No, I'm tasting everything raw the way it is. I brought no mixtures in tonight to do this.
Okay.
I wanted to taste whatever they put. And if you'd put vodka and gin in there, I'd be tasting vodka and gin.
Okay.
But this, and you say this is a brandy.
Ooh, citrus.
I'm thinking this brandy, and I didn't tell him what I was having to eat with it.
Okay. So I can do I have bitter? Okay, so I have bitters, but I don't have tonic water. I have, I don't even have fuzzy water. I have ginger beer with me. A lot of them require tonic water. Oh, I can do like an aviation Cosmo. I do have sweet vermouth. And I pulled the sweet vermouth, so I have that. And it's calling for the maraschino liqueur, but I do have maraschino cherries. So instead of the liqueur, I'll just do the cherries. So that's what I'm going to do. It's going to be a quasi aviation Cosmo is what I'm going to do. So this one is, it's a stir, not a mix, but I'm going to do here. I will mix. I want to put some ice because I do want to have it kind of cold, and then I will pass it over. Ooh. But Aviation Gin does a really good job with their cocktails because they give you like mini cocktails, which is so much fun, you know, to have that. So
yeah.
That's so funny, though. Of all things, he picked Tito's. That cracked me up. So I'm going to do a little bit less. It calls for 1.5. I'm just going to do 1 ounce. And then, so 0.7.
Okay, so I have 1, 2, 3 different things on my plate, and I have tried this brandy with all 3.
Yeah.
I have 2 kinds of my wings. I have one with my barbecue sauce, one with buffalo sauce, and then I have the baked potato.
Okay.
It takes the buffalo sauce, all right, and warms your throat the whole way down. It just takes that buffalo and carries the warmth, not burn, warmth.
Oh, okay.
Down your pipes as it goes down into the stomach. The barbecue, it lightens the spice on my barbecue, but it increases the heat.
Okay.
That was an interesting combination for a brandy to do. And the baked potato, oh my God, I'm telling you, because I have onions in there, it really makes me taste the onions and not the bacon.
Oh, nice. Okay.
So that's a fair tasting tonight with a brandy that I've never had before. I like that.
Fun. That's funny. That would have been hilarious if, you know, they would have given me a brandy. And then we're going to throw in a little cherry in here because. And if it had been, if I had had the maraschino liqueur or the, you know, I could always throw in a little bit of grenadine in there. Let's throw in a little bit of grenadine because why not? Sometimes experimentation's not a bad thing. And besides, it's only 1 ounce of gin. So this.
So I'm looking this up on the website that Paul Masson Brandies. It is the Grande Amber brandy that he gave me. And it is just the smooth. It is not any one of the flavors. So I look on their website. It looks like they have several flavors of it.
Yeah, I saw there's
a red berry, a peach, VSOP. I don't know what that is. But apple and then pineapple, and then they have the Grande Amber, which is what I got. And it says very smooth in more than one place. And I'm going to tell you, it is a very smooth drink. I probably could drink it right out of this bottle, but I won't. I'm going to put things in cups and aerate them. Interesting.
It has to be a very superior old pale.
Yeah.
It's a classification.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it has to do with the aging.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. That's I normally would not order a Cosmo, so to have a gin Cosmo. And it goes very well with the baked potato. So,
Well, I'm going to move on and pour my next one, which is the Buchanan's Deluxe blended Scotch whiskey aged 12 years.
okay.
If I can get the bottle open.
Right.
12 years. I hope that this little bottle wasn't 12 years.
Right.
It was in a barrel somewhere for 12 years. Ooh.
Smells good.
Maybe because I just had a little bit of my my potato before I smelled it, but I smell a buttery aftertaste, smell a buttery finish. Which your scotches will have a buttery taste.
It
right?
depends on it could it just depends on what part of Scotland it's from.
Yeah.
If it's the Inslee, it's going to be very peaty.
So I put it into the glass to smell even better. Oh, I smell the butterscotch into it now.
Okay.
Man. Oh man, that just this I could sit here and smell this all night before I even taste it. That is a smell that's heaven.
Mm.
Caramel.
Mm. So he launched, it was James Buchanan launched his whiskey company in 1884. So he went from Scotland to London to Latin America.
Mm-hmm.
And is there a red lion crest on the bottle?
Had a red, first of all, it had a red cap.
Okay.
There is a crest on there.
Oh, leave it right there. I'm going to get a picture of that. That looks great. I love that. Okay.
It is a deluxe too.
I think I got it. Let me see. Yep, got it.
I got to tell you, I'm going to get some of this for my shelf.
Blended Scotch, yeah.
All right, now I go back to smell, and the smells are totally different after eating and tasting. Oh my gosh, it still smells good though.
Well, the funny thing is that Tito's is coming out with a new cookbook.
Oh, really?
Yes, yes. I'm trying to remember what the name of it is. Well, it's not a cookbook; it's a recipe book. So, a cocktail book, I guess it is. It's oh my goodness. I know that they just because I received the notifications. Spirit in a Bottle. That's what it's called. Spirit in a Bottle, and it just has cocktails and stories, and you can get it for about $20 on Amazon. So, yeah.
So the second pairing I do with it is my barbecue wings.
Okay.
And I can actually taste the molasses in my wings and my sauce.
Oh, okay. All right.
You know what I mean? And it's like, I know everything that's in my sauce because I make my own sauce. I swear by my own sauce. And I can tell you, it brings the molasses out, which is one of the things that when I first started doing my sauce, I did not have molasses in it. I added that was something I added later.
Okay.
And oh my gosh, it butters in the molasses.
So I'm gonna go. Let me see if I have this one. I don't have jalapeno, but I can just make Tito's with orange liqueur, and I don't have lime juice. I have lemon juice, so I need to. And instead of agave, I could go with a simple syrup. So I could. And I didn't bring out my olives, so I'm trying to find something that would be. I can also do just ginger beer and ginger beer with Tito's.
Lime, yeah.
Yeah.
With some lime juice, almost like a mule.
Yeah, and I actually, one of the things that I almost brought with me that I did not was a Bloody Mary mix.
Ah,
That was one, but I can definitely easy enough is
over the
ginger.
weekend, I seen a Bloody Mary mix someplace in a mason jar, and I was tempted to buy it. And I didn't.
And I didn't. I have coconut water. I have ginger beer. I have Minute Maid lemonade, which I don't want to open, and purified water. I do have pineapple juice and pineapple, but I would need sparkling water to really make it with a kick. Although I could do pineapple and ginger, that would pair well together.
Okay, do not do this scotch with buffalo. It is not a good mix.
Oh, okay, okay.
So luckily, I had another piece of potato cut to change that taste real quick.
Okay, good, good. Yeah, sometimes it's just certain things just don't go well.
No, this is not a buffalo. This won't go with a buffalo sauce on a buffalo wings or a buffalo chicken.
Okay.
It really goes well with. I'm going to bet your sweeter stuff is going to be this is a better comment. Again, I tasted and smelled the caramels into it when I first got it.
Okay. I'm looking to see if I find something that grabs me, and otherwise I'm just going to go with my orange liqueur and the Tito's, and then top it off with ginger beer is, I think, what would go well. Although right now, if you have cucumber mint or cucumber basil with Tito's, that would go well. You can do some.
Well, I know you don't like it, but to me, Tito's ginger beer, a little bit of grapefruit juice, and mint. Muddle the mint. I mean, muddle the daylights out of the mint first.
Yeah, it's always about muddling the mint and the basil. You got to get those oils out, which is going to make it just taste that much better. Yeah. So, yeah. And the thing is that it is summer, not winter. If it was winter, we'd be looking at different things to do with it that would be warming. Like you can add it to some like hot. You can actually add that to hot cocoa or Earl Grey. Yeah. Earl Grey and Tito's would go very well together. You're warming it. That would just be nice. A red wine with the Tito's. Also, you're making it almost like a sangria. You can do that. So there's various things. You want more of watermelon, ginger beer, lime juice. You want watermelon, lemon, sparkling water, and Tito's. So all those fun limoncello lemon, sparkling water, lime juice, pomegranate juice, anything that's refreshing, blackberries, blueberries, strawberries, Marionberries out here, or you can just do soda, lime, and Tito's. And soda, I mean, like sparkling water or Coca-Cola. Cinnamon tea and apple cider, that would be, you can do that warm or cold. So there's a lot of different little things that you can do. A little bit of thyme, a little bit of rosemary is always other ways that you can elevate it a little bit, make it more fun. You can, mango is a great way. Grapefruit, clamato, mineral water, orange sparkling water. Actually, I had almost grabbed the lemon lime bubbly. That would go very well with Tito's. Lemon lime bubbly. Keep it very simple. It's almost like a tonic, but instead of a tonic, you're just doing a soda. So it would be a Tito soda instead of putting lemon or lime in there, you're doing a lemon lime sparkling water, cucumber, orange, mint, iced tea with Tito's. So there's quite a few different things that you can do with vodka. I think my favorite.
What did you mix and what did it taste like?
Well, I'm just gonna do
I gotta speed you along because Tim's already passed the second tasting and you're still looking at this.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do Tito's water, and since I don't have a lemon slice, I'm just gonna do
some lemon juice.
Yeah, some lemon.
Which every bar should have some lemon juice sitting on it, man.
Yeah. So that's
lemon and lime juice. It's like the two things that are always in my refrigerator. All right. I never know what I'm going to mix with them, but there's always some there. And I've actually just taken some lemon juice and squirted it in my water sometimes instead of cutting it up a lemon.
Right. So yeah, because that just makes it easier. So I'm going to do the lemon, the water, and with water, you can be generous on the water, anywhere between 4 ounces to 8 ounces. This is a 16, so I'm going to go there and then put ice in there. And I'm only going to do 1 ounce, so I'm not going to do the full 1.5 ounces. I'm just going to get 1 ounce.
Is this? Yep, it is. Sean's giving us the laugh reaction. Sean, I know it's you. He thinks he can hide from me. I know. It's going to worry you if I ever come up there to visit. That Sean and I are going to disappear for 3 days, and you're going to have to come find Sean and I in a pub somewhere.
Right. Okay. What I did is that I added a little bit of a simple syrup.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. It wasn't much, just enough to get the little bit of because whenever you're out of a jar, if you will, it's going to have a little bit more of a kick. So you're not going to get your normal, lemon flavor. So it's very refreshing. It's yeah, this is fine. It goes well with the potato. Sounds okay. Now the Maker's Mark, and I don't think I have an open bottle of Maker's Mark. I think the last time I had a bottle of Maker's Mark, this is an easy drink. So this one, I love that bottle. It's just the cutest thing.
Yes, Sean, we are playing Mystery Booze tonight.
Yes. He did ask me what's on the podcast, and I said, well, I don't know.
Mystery Booze. We should have called the episode Mystery Booze.
Yes. Why am I having issues opening this bottle? There it goes. There it goes. Ooh, okay.
Well, remember, I couldn't open I had a hard time opening my Buchanan's Deluxe. So, I mean, it wouldn't twist off.
So I do have my, I left my big cube, but I do have my other cube. So
because I didn't know what I was doing. I just put a bunch of ice in a cup for 2 reasons. Number one, I could pull a cube out to do it if I had to. But number two, it would melt into water for me to be able to cleanse between. So, well, how's it go with the potato?
It goes very well with the potato. It brings out just the smokiness of the skin from the potato.
Yeah.
And then, of course, I'm looking at these Bavarian.
Wait a minute. Is Tito's vodka potato or is it corn vodka?
This one is pot still. I don't think it's potato. Corn. It is corn.
Yeah. Remember, one of our first episode, we did corn vodkas. All right. And I was shocked at how many of them were corn vodkas versus
Potato.
Versus your potato vodkas.
Well, the interesting thing was when I didn't really know about potato vodkas till I moved to Oregon.
Yeah.
And it's like it was a thing up here. And this one potato vodka that was worth about $30 sold for like $120 at a fundraiser. I'm like, it's potato vodka. It's not, I had tasted it before and it was not the best. And I can't remember what brand it was. Since then, I have had good potato vodkas. It was just that particular brand that I was unimpressed with. And to see it go for $120 when it's like going, that's like $30. And I wouldn't spend $30 on it.
Well, then again, this is why we have the two of us doing the show, guys, is our flavor palettes are different. Gladys really loves Tito's vodka. I don't. I think Tito's vodka is like the cheapest vodka being made. But that's opinion. That's not fact. That's just opinion, right? But I go to a lot of places where I'll have a Bloody Mary and I'll have the Cheetos vodka because almost everything else they have in house is some fancy brand they're trying to push. Which I mean, Grey Goose, not a fan. You know.
Well, the interesting thing is with Grey Goose, that was the first good vodka that I had. That was like,
oh yeah,
I could tell the difference, and I was going, oh my goodness. And so that was one, but then I got introduced to Kettle One, and then from there,
another good one. All right, and that's the problem. That's why we have the show. Is so many vodkas that I would have drank when I was 19, right? As I get older, now I want to find the right. I want to find the like we have down here. We have the Dripping Springs. You have the Crater Lake, right? And all those different little small places that make it. That's the people I want it from. It was really cool last week that Alex actually went through the tasting and didn't tell us what we were drinking, and it turns out it was Woodford Reserve, which blew my mind because I was thinking the whole time, oh my God, this is TX, this is TX, because I've had a ton of TX. Never once did I stop and think while we were doing that tasting, this is Jack Daniels. I mean, and I'm nothing against Jack Daniels; they make a great quality product, but we all know the name Jack Daniels. We all know the name Tito's. We all know the name Grey Goose.
Mm-hmm.
How many people have heard of Crater Lake vodka? Well, they haven't. It's rare to find, right? It's like I love the moonshine. Everybody thinks moonshine. They think either Sugarlands, all right, or oh God, what's the other brand? Do I have it back there? I don't. The Sugarlands and the other one they have out there.
Moonshine?
Old Smoke.
Old Smoking.
All right. I love, whereas I go American Born, I go Dave Smith. All right, I go all these different smaller batch places. All right, and that's why we do this. All right, and it's kind of great that as many things as you and I have tasted, I was able to taste two things tonight that I've never tasted before.
Right.
Now watch, my wife probably has a bottle of this in the kitchen for cooking. Anyway.
But yeah, I have good stuff for cooking. That is just hilarious, though, that both picked Maker's Mark.
Which is going to be our final tasting is Maker's Mark tonight.
Oh, I was already ahead of you.
You're already ahead of me? All right, so you passed me, girl. I'm going to put a little bit more of the Maker's Mark.
Well, that's because I made this one, took a sip and two, and that was it.
Yeah. Hold on. Before I do it, I'm going to get a little water, cleanse the palate a little bit from some of my food.
Yeah, because I went back already. Aviation gin is not too bad. I mean,
did you try it by itself?
No, that's what I was looking, and I need to get another little glass to actually taste it by itself. So bear with me.
That was one of the things I wanted to do with this was I love tasting the things by itself. Because remember our first episode of vodka? I've never drank vodka by itself, ever, before you and I had a podcast.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever drank gin by itself before you and I had a podcast. I've always mixed drinks. I've never sat there and went, you know what? Let me just taste and see what the brandy tastes like, what the scotch tastes like by itself.
So it does have that botanical forward smell to it.
Maybe it's because I went through everything else first and we did this last, but that is the most buttery that I ever recall Maker's Mark being. Not smell, taste. And it does the same thing, all right, that the Paul Masson did. It warms the throat going down. Not burn, warms it. You know what I mean?
What the Aviation did. It warmed my tongue.
Yeah.
A little tingly, botanically, but not that really harsh junipery forward that a lot of gins have. Yeah. That's my issue with gin is that a lot of them are just about the juniper and it's like forward, juniper forward. There is one that we tasted that it started with their gin before they went on to vodka. Mm-hmm. And I like their vodka over their gin, but because the gin is very hate it when that happens. It's very juniper forward, and it was because they were out in the desert, area where they were the founder was running amongst juniper, bushes. So that's why they started with gin. This one, Aviation, it's got some good flavors in there. It's botanical, but it doesn't taste like dirt. That's the thing, is that sometimes when there's too much botanicals, it almost tastes, because the herbs and they're all very much close to the earth. So it tastes like dirt. This is it's very fresh. This, I think, would taste great. Gin with mint, with basil, with cucumber, or a combination of cucumber with basil, or cucumber with mint. This would go very well together. Just muddle it with muddle some lime wedges down there. Add the gin, and then top it off with some soda water or tonic water. If you like tonic will make it a little bit more dry on the tongue. The soda water will make it a little bit more refreshing. So I personally would go with soda water. So I would do cucumber, mint, Aviation gin, and soda water. I think that sounds, you sit by the porch and just have a nice sipping drink during the summer, or by the pool. I think that would be very nice. Definitely. With Tito's, I'm thinking berries, strawberries, blueberries out here, Marionberries. Crush those up, lime, and the vodka, and some soda water. Lemonade would be okay, but I think soda water. You could add a little bit of simple syrup if it's too not sweet, or if it's not sweet enough. You need some berries that are sweet in order for that to really work, but very refreshing. Or strawberries and mint, and lime, and Tito's. Maker's Mark, in my opinion, by itself.
By itself, I wouldn't drink this with anything.
Yeah, this is a by itself. I added one little cube that has been gone now. It melted. But yeah, Maker's Mark is one that I have drank in the past by itself. It's a Kentucky straight bourbon. So this one is easy enough to drink. I like it by itself. So that one is so funny that there's certain bottles that, even through a bag, you're going, I know what this is.
Yeah. And it's pretty, because we both felt through the bag and felt that's what we thought it was.
But it wasn't until today. We hadn't touched it. I mean, we had.
I know that's the first I seen what was in the bag, and when I opened it,
Yeah.
I did not even know what was in the bag. I have not looked at the receipt all day. I bought it at about 1 o'clock this afternoon, and I actually told my son I need the receipt, and that was a great conversation for me. He's like, "You need the receipt?" And I'm like, "Yeah." I said, "Believe it or not, this is a tax write-off for me." He goes, "You get to drink, and it's a tax write-off?" And I'm like, "Yes," because
It's our
business is paid to market this and run this. So,
yeah.
But I'm telling you that, this Maker's Mark, really good finish off for the end of the podcast.
I think so. Great choice. I don't know if it's going to be as good as something that I'm about to show once we tell them about our Insiders Club.
No, that's going to be better every time.
So y'all subscribe to our Insiders Club. If you have not done so already, you will be the first to know. Go to likethewayyouDrink.com. You do have to be 21 or over to join. It is free to join. You will be the first to know about upcoming tastings, about upcoming personal, we will do our offline small group tastings with you. We will send you little samples. Some of them will have you pick up. Others we will send to you. We will give you what to pick up for the recipes. We will tell you what to get for food. And
that's a private chat, by the way.
Uh-huh. That's why I was like going.
Wait a minute. What's Tim trying to tell me in the private chat?
I know.
Yes, we talk in the private chat because
every so often.
Together or separate?
Separate.
Each or together?
Well, no. That's gin. So you all had heard about the Lady Gin Gin
Yep.
that we bottled. This one was bottled for, I think it was 11 months, hence the color. Absolutely delicious gin. Oh my goodness. But what you did not know, unless you were part of the Insiders Club, is that there was a whiskey that was coming out. Well, this is after the Insiders Club, who got to know before you did. We now have the whiskey business. So this is our newest whiskey that was from Trail Distilling. I still have to get this over to Tim. This one is a simple math problem, a delicious solution. It's our 2024 whiskey. This one was bottled for over a year, it was barreled. It was in the barrel for over a year, partially because I hadn't gotten there to get it done. And so it recently got bottled, and the Insiders Club got to know about it. They got to place their order for what they wanted. And now we're letting y'all know. Is this not a beautiful label? So these are our two bottles. As you can tell, very distinct color. This one is very rich. This one's lighter. But our Lady Gin Gin and our whiskey business whiskey, all because of Trail Distilling. They are the ones that barreled and bottled it for us. And fun stuff that y'all get to know about, that others don't. And so now the rest of you get to know, but our Insiders Club have first dibs. We only have 24 bottles, or actually less than that. So these are, we don't have all 24 bottles. We have less than that now because our insiders already picked up a few of them. So if you're part of the Insiders Club, you can still get it. So yes, that's what we definitely want to let you know about these, that you have the ability to get them.
So if you're part of the Insiders Club, all right. The Insiders, so this is what the Insiders paid for. Again, the Insiders Club is free to join. But the Insiders Club, because they do all kinds of other stuff with us, they get this at a huge discount, which is we're able to sell both of those bottles together in a package to the Insiders for $297. All right. Now shipping is extra. We don't include shipping.
Yeah.
All right. But if you're not in the Insiders Club, you have to pay close to $400 for both of those. They're like $200 a bottle. It's just right. The reason we have the Insiders Club, guys, is because we do other things with them, right? And I know a lot of you have sat there and went, well, what's the Insiders Club? Right here's a perfect chance to show you the value in it. You will save, and it's free to join. There's no membership fee. There's no, all right. It's only when you buy stuff like this that it saves you. So, because we want to make it for them, because they're most of the time giving us the flavors to put together. So we're putting it for them. They get a cheaper deal. Is that fair? Yes.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Anyway. So go to likethewayyoudrink.com, click the button, join the Insiders Club. All right. Free to join. And you'll get an email from me tomorrow personally telling you that you're in the Insiders Club. And we'll put together the deal where you can actually get it if you're interested.
Yep.
And we'll be doing a tasting on it probably sometime around the first week of August.
Yep. Because I still need to send Tim his bottle of, because this is distilled here in Oregon.
Yeah.
So it's.
And we're working on getting so it is done at Trail Distilling.
Trail
did both of them. So we're trying to get a rep from Trail to come by and talk to us, because then we're going to tell the insiders how they can maybe do the same thing. Imagine getting a whiskey with your own name on.
Is that not awesome? That would be absolutely awesome.
So Sean, I don't know what your comment is.
I know.
Pick on your boyfriend just every now and then.
The thing is that he's using the white font instead of the.
He probably is.
He put a space.
Sean, I would make fun of you. if I didn't have the chance to. Thanks for giving me the chance.
Anytime. So before we close out, do we have any shout outs?
I am going to shout out to our liquor stores today, because we wouldn't have had this episode without our liquor stores today. Little Elm Liquor, Little Elm, Texas. All right, they're my closest liquor store. I use them on a regular basis. All right. And I realized that, I mean, we used to have another guy there who switched and he's not there, but the guy there today really, really made a difference. Gave me these 3 right here. And with the exception of this one, which I've already tasted, these 2 here, he did good because he had no idea whether I've tasted this stuff or not. He gave me 2 things I've never tasted before. Nice. Thank you so much, Little Elm Liquor.
And to me, Stafford Liquor, they always take great care of me. Today it was Kevin. Kevin's taken care of me before. This time I gave him the parameters. He's all okay. And he made sure that I did not even see the keypad so that I didn't have an inkling as to what was in there. So they make sure they take care of you. They give everybody the time to take care of them specifically and their needs. So that's kind of cool. So thank you, Stafford Liquor, for always being there for me. You guys are awesome.
So, yeah, we're going to do more like this because I like this concept, all right, especially and again, we're always over concept for a new show because we have 50 of them a year to create. This was kind of a unique idea, and I think we were inspired of it because of the way that Alex did the tasting with us last week to go, hey, let's do something that's just kind of different.
Yeah.
Right?
He gave us a true blind tasting that we got to taste without knowing what it was. This time it was a little different. It was more of a surprise tasting because we didn't know what we were going to get. So it was we're either going to taste it like that or we're going to mix it with something. And so we were able to do both and to try something new. That's always fun. So we may have to do this again some other time because this was kind of a little like, oh my goodness, what are we going to taste? But at the same time, it was like, this was fun.
Yeah. There's other ways we could do this where we walk in and say, I need 3 vodkas. Give me 3 vodkas. Give me 3 tequilas. Give me 3. All right. And then it's mystery tasting of tequilas. So now we come home, we know we're preparing food for tequilas. Yep. You know what I mean? Which, if you've noticed, if you've known our show and followed us for 111 episodes, you know that vodka and tequilas have been on here a lot, and whiskeys is our third, old fashions. So.
Yep.
You know what we've never had on here, and it is still my favorite to drink in a bar, and I had it this morning. Yes, I have whiskey in the morning after networking. Just saying. But is Buffalo Trace?
Yes, I actually have a bottle of Buffalo Trace right down there. Yep, I do have Buffalo Trace.
I got one for Christmas. I got a large one for Christmas. Of course, it's not here anymore. It's gone.
Happens. As my brother said, he now understands why I do the crazy Spartan races and half marathons and what have you, because that way I have an excuse to drink before noon. So that's
hey, if it wasn't for our businesses paying for this, it would be a little rough. So anyway, speaking of our businesses paying the bills, all right, this is sponsored every week, ladies and gentlemen, by Gladys and I's business, Pay the Bills. All right, to make this come happen to you every week. We're not doing this to make millions of dollars doing a podcast. We're doing this because we love to do it. And it just so happens to be it's one place that our businesses can sponsor and we can have fun on air every week doing something we love. This podcast was built truly out of love. We were thrown together in a mastermind, all right, in a living room in the Colony, Texas, and we created this idea. And 111 episodes, we're still going at it. So our businesses pay for the bills. So Gladys, I know normally I let you go first, but I'm going to do something reverse because something very unique happened this week.
By all means.
Notice in our sponsorship down below, our thing is going to be recreated. The Simple Easy Websites is now a trademarked name.
Oh.
The filing came through. Simple Easy Websites is now my second trademark, ladies and gentlemen. To that, cheers, ladies and gentlemen. So, Simple Easy Websites, Simple Easy Marketing are trademarks of mine. And I've built it because I've always liked to do helping people, helping small businesses. I just have gotten to do it with online marketing, using websites, using online marketing tools, things like that. SimpleEasyWebsites.com. $7.97. We build a website for almost anybody out there. All right. And then we host it for you for $97 a month, keeping you going, keeping you efficient. And I know I get to mention prices because Gladys is industry. I don't know if she can mention prices on the air. I can. But anyway, I'm not doing that because I can. I'm doing that because we have deals out there that we can actually help the small business people. And that's what we're designed to do. Help the small business people get their message out and be known with online marketing. Go to SimpleEasyWebsites.com. You want to find out more, book an appointment with me and we'll talk. With that, I'm going to turn it over to my wonderful co-host who's been with me for 111 episodes. I love her to death. Tell us about your business, Gladys.
Gladys Boutwell, Insurance by Design, helping employers become employer of choice through providing employee benefits. Are you an employer that is struggling to find that key employee? Well, you know what? There are ways to attract some key employees and to keep them. That is the second most important. Finding them, keeping them. Let's have the conversation. Go to enrollnoworegon.com. We'll start the conversation. And if you want to check out all my services that include employee benefits, go to insurancedesignpros.com. We'll chat soon. That's it.
Right. Well, that being said, this has been a fun episode. I'm glad we did it. I think we'll come back We'll come back and do this concept again sometimes. In the meantime, ladies and gentlemen, we won't be here next week because it's vacation week. We'll be back in 2 weeks. Have a great one, guys. We'll see you guys in 2 weeks.
Cheers.